And I'd like to start off by saying thank you to Scott and those involved with the Rocket Boys Festival and this speakers program. And it's truly an honor for me to appear with so many people of this caliber to exchange ideas to make West Virginia a better place through the West Virginia Speaks Up program. And I'll start with a little background on myself. In 1987, as Scott alluded to, I left West Virginia because things were not great. The economy was not stellar in West Virginia, and I, along with so many other people in their mid-20s, traveled the road that runs right in front of this building south, the Hillbilly Highway, to Charlotte, North Carolina, to look for greener pastures. And for me, all that was great was not what it ended up being. I ended up working multiple jobs and struggling to make ends meet, and sometimes the ends didn't meet. And all the great things that the South and Charlotte in particular were supposed to offer, like great pro sports teams and concerts and fine dining and beautiful homes, were there, but I couldn't afford any of them. So eventually I moved on and I relocated, as Scott said, to East Tennessee. And it was more affordable and more livable for me. And it was more like home, but it wasn't home. So now fast forward to 2002. I went through a number of personal and professional changes. I'd become, many years before, had become a registered nurse and had moved from the hospital setting into some management situations. And I made what seemed at the time to be a tough decision to move back to the Mountain State. But when I thought about it, no matter where I had lived, no matter where my mail was delivered, over the past 15 years I had traveled around, there was only one place that was truly home, and I was glad to learn that Hillbilly Highway ran both ways, and that my home really was in West Virginia, and that country roads truly could take you home. So that leads me to what I hope I can bring to today's presentation. And my idea for improving West Virginia is that we can become home to more people. In other words, retaining and recruiting more mountaineers. Let's start with our most precious resource, our youth. It's the responsibility of all of us who want to see our state grow and succeed to do all in our power to create the best possible opportunities for our high school and college graduates. And that means doing the best we can do to expand upon collaboratives that already exist between education, meaning our technical schools, our colleges and universities, and our businesses and industries. And I applaud the work that's already being done in this area, so that as we expand opportunities in the field of energy with coal, oil, and gas, information technology, which you've heard about today, and various medical fields, we have trained, prepared citizens that will be able to fill those new positions. But we also need to make sure that we train our youth, and in some cases, our more seasoned and experienced citizens in fields that are most marketable and where they have their highest aptitude. Again, I know that this is currently being done, but it's an intricate piece of the puzzle that we have our West Virginians working, and better yet, working and living here in the Mountain State. Finally, let's recruit. And this means making sure that those who work in other states and find themselves vacationing here in West Virginia are aware that we're more than a weekend stop or a place that you drive through. West Virginia is more than the Greenbrier or a visit to our beautiful state parks. We're more than Bridge Day, we're more than Mountaineer football, and we're more than the Rocket Boys Festival. West Virginia can be their new and forever home. Let's make sure that those folks who, like me, left in the 80s and 90s are aware that West Virginia is so much more and has so much more to offer in the 21st century. And let's make a stronger push to show that West Virginia is a wonderful place to retire, whether you've lived here in the past or you've never been here before. Now, who can argue with the tools that we have to entice new and returning residents? Our overall quality of life is unsurpassed anywhere. We just need to let it be known outside our borders. Our cost of living is fantastic. It's 23%, according to a recent study, 23% lower than most places in the Northeast. Overall, we have a very low crime rate in West Virginia. Our property taxes are some of the lowest in the country. West Virginia is located within 500 miles of more than 2/3 of our country's population, and that makes us an easy day's drive to visit family and friends. We have a moderate climate, we have 4 distinct seasons, and who can argue with our beautiful fall days? We offer a $20,000 homestead exemption for those 65 and over, making it a great place to retire. And if you have had a career in the military, $22,000 of your military retirement benefits are exempted from personal income tax. We have a higher than national average ranking in most health care services throughout West Virginia. And speaking as someone, again, in the healthcare industry, we have exceptional inpatient and outpatient opportunities right here in West Virginia. We also, and this is a great enticement for those who sought greener pastures, as I did other places, to find that they couldn't afford a home. West Virginia has the highest rate of home ownership in the United States. We are 20% higher than the state of New York. I believe that we can make our state the best that it can be by doing all we can to keep our young people here and gainfully employed, by creating opportunities for those of us who are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, who were born and raised in West Virginia, but moved elsewhere. Let's let them know that the better life that they've searched for might be waiting for them right where they started. And by recruiting those who are closing in on retirement, we need to show the advantages of making their new home in West Virginia, giving them the opportunity to spend their golden years in almost heaven. I want to thank everyone for this opportunity today to share my thoughts on a subject that's very close to my heart. I hope you have a great day and enjoy the rest of the festival.